Okay, so And You My Love by Chris Rea. I did a version of this a few years ago when I was first starting out on the guitar. And I was asked recently what were the chords I used for it. And I went back and had a look at the video, and after cringing a little bit at how badly it sounded, I thought I'd redo the song, because when I did it originally, I was strumming the chords, and then I went back over the top to record the melody as a separate track. And I looked at what I've been playing, and I'm thinking, well, if I was doing that now that I've got another couple of years of playing under my belt, I'd actually probably do the whole thing as a fingerstyle, rather than have to try and work out two separate tracks for it. And when I went back to analyse what I'd done, I also realised that I'd taken a few cheats in it, in that the actual verse of the song uses this kind of little jazzy chord there, which is a B minor 7 flat 5. I didn't play it back then because I couldn't, but also I was strumming the song, and that little chord there requires that you only play the middle 4 strings, and when you're strumming it's difficult. I found it difficult. Other people might not, so it's, your mileage may vary, but if you hit the bottom or the top string with it, it sounds dreadful. So it's just the middle 4 strings, and it works quite nicely in the fingerstyle, but when I was doing it for strumming, it actually, you can't really tell a lot of difference if you sing loud enough of playing the B7. It actually uses the B7 in the chorus rather than that B minor 7. But it kind of works okay as well in the verse if you're just singing. So I may not sleep tonight, I may not ever. The sins of my past have come, see how they sit down together. Okay, so that's just relatively capo. D minor, A minor, B7, E7, A minor, A7. If you're not comfortable playing the bar chord for the B7 down here works. Okay, I don't favour that one, although again, strictly speaking, when I'm doing the finger picking, I should be using that B7 rather than that one up there. But and the chorus, you my love, my sweet, sweet love, oh, what it's all because of. And that is a B7. It doesn't work if you do that. So it does vary between the chorus and the verse. So that's the difference in the sound. I feel like that's almost a little bit more melancholy than that one. But that wasn't the reason I played the B7 in the past. I played it because I couldn't play this one. So those are your basic chords. I do not sleep tonight, I may not ever. Sins of my past have come, see how they sit down together. Okay, now as I said, last time around I just recorded that, then went back over the top to record that kind of a thing over the top of it, which is fine if you've got 2 guitars and there's 2 of you, but when there's only 1 of you, you can only do that when you're sitting next to a multi-track recorder. So it is possible to play a melody or an improvisation around the melody whilst strumming in more of a finger style approach, because most of the notes that you want for the melody or the improvisation around the melody are readily accessible from the chord shapes. So, I do not sleep tonight. I may not ever. So that's still just on that second string. And that's the melody I'm playing, but I'm doing it so I can get so all I'm doing there, I'm just sliding the bar down because I'm lazy. I could do that, but so a little bit of lift off there to get that. Okay, so all simple notes within the chords, and for the chorus, and you, my love. Well, that's the accompaniment. Where's the melody note? The melody note's that one there. So it's okay, so with the that's where the B7 comes in. But with fat fingers, I find that I don't really even need to do anything other than pick the notes. So okay, so that's the basics of it. So once you've got that nailed down, you can start noodling around a little bit and messing about with the melody. That's all right, but so all that's just hitting some notes within the right scale for the chords I'm playing, and you kind of fiddle about with it till you get something that sounds reasonable. some little tweaks like that, just to transition between the chords, because I find sometimes it can be a little bit stark to go from just a little bit abrupt, so it's nice to put a little bit of an accidental in between. And just step up to the next chord, or step down to it. Oh, get it right. The step down works nicely if you're going to slide up on the top string. I mean, the stepping up works well if you're not going to slide up. Make it a little bit jazzy by playing that C bass. Play the A minor up the neck. You can even play the D minor up the neck. You can try different picking patterns on the arpeggio. Most of my fingering is just arpeggiating the chords, so. And for variation, you can throw back in the B7 that I missed out when I was doing it properly, because, as I said, it does kind of work, and as long as you're not trying to pick up melody at the same time, because it's you can't actually get to the melody notes that you want from there, because it's that one. It's that one there. But it works quite nicely within the song itself to mix that in occasionally when it's just accompaniment.
I do not sleep tonight, I may not ever. Sins of my past have come, see how they sit down together. Outside my window, outside my door, I know the reason, what they all come here for. You, my love, my sweet, sweet love, oh, what it's all because of.
Okay, so hopefully that's helped a little bit explain how I messed it up the first time around and how I'm now messing it up in a whole new way. But if you just want to play the basic song, D minor, A minor, B7, E7, A A minor and A7, round and round, and as long as you sing over the top of it, nobody will ever know that you're playing a duff chord in the middle of it. Okay, hope that helps. Cheers.